What up? It's KP the Sports Chick. So, let's talk rest again. But, we're talking about the Cowboys this time. Now, I've talked ad nauseum for weeks and weeks and weeks about Tony Romo. Once he comes back from injury, beginning of the season, I was like, well, if, there's something special about this Dak Prescott. And then if he, if he plays well, it's going to be really hard for coach and for Jerry Jones to let Tony just come back in and play. So then fast forward to the middle of the season, we're starting to really see that Dak Prescott really is something special, and that it'd be crazy to let Dak come out at that point. And then a couple weeks after that, which was a couple weeks ago, they publicly let us know that Dak was to remain the starter, barring injury or bad play. Both of those being relative to the person, defining injury or bad play. So now here we are with 4 games left to go for the Cowboys this season. They're 11-1. They need one more game to clinch the NFC, to basically clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and quite possibly the Super Bowl, depending on who they would play in the AFC if they got that far. So I say all that to say, that's a lot. That's a lot of accomplishment in what I call a turnaround year. They won 4 games last year, and they've already won 11 with 4 games to go. You can't understate the massiveness of the turnaround that this is. And you also can't understate the contributions of new and existing players, the transformation of the offensive line, the play of 2 rookies who changed the total landscape of the team altogether, and really we can focus more on Ezekiel Elliott, because basically with the offensive line that the Cowboys have and the running back that they have, and they actually have 2 really good running backs, either quarterback could go in there and make things work. I mean, it's really about the run situation and the offensive line, and those 2 are down pat. Offensive line to me is one of, if not the best in the league. And excuse me. And then like I said, Dak is playing excellent quality step up football. So I'm hearing about people questioning Jerry Jones whether he's going to be letting any of his players rest closer to the end of the season, meaning now. Jerry Jones went on local Dallas radio this week and said that he doesn't plan on resting anybody. We're going to treat this like a typical season, let everybody play. But he did mention that he wants to give Tony, a chance to contribute if this indeed ends up being a championship run, because in my eyes, it definitely seems that way. There's nobody better in the league right now, as far as team synergy, as far as the quarterback to run game situation, as far as offensive line. The only still kind of lacking situation is the defense. But it can be kind of blanketed and kind of glazed over right now because the offense is so darn good. So, do you rest the players? I mean, well, I agree for once with Jerry Jones in this situation. And let me just, again, I should preface this whole video by saying that I am not a Cowboys fan. I'm not a Jerry Jones fan. I'm not a Tony Romo fan. I'm just not a fan. Nor will I ever jump on the bandwagon. But I give credit where credit is due. And from my humble opinion, the peanut gallery, Dallas I'm jealous. I'm jealous of everything about what's going on over there right now. As a Texans fan, you're very jealous of the situation. But you know what? I'm actually happy for them in a way that I'm not for like the Patriots, for example, where, I just don't care. I'm like, okay, he's won like 18 Super Bowls, Tom Brady and Gronk and all them. Okay, whatever. With Dallas, I'm kind of rooting for them. I kind of want to see where all this goes. My opinion is don't rest anybody. Why would you mess up something that's already doing so well? The argument out there is that they should probably rest Ezekiel, because this is the first year in the league for him. He's never played this many games in a season, and maybe he'll need some rest before the playoffs to kind of be fresh. And I say, what are you even talking about? Whoever says that, because he's a rookie. Okay, he's young. He's 24? Double check on that. But he's one of those two. And Dak is they're around the same age. Dak is slightly older by like a year. These two do not need rest time. And you know what? Go to work. Go to work. And I even venture out to say that they would say the same thing. You know, I know that I would feel like I would want to continue playing as long as I'm not injured. Don't feel like I'm injured. If all it has to do is being tired, then, you know, the regular season in the NFL is work time. And you got to, you know, sometimes you got to sacrifice time with your families and all that good stuff so you can be ready to go. So don't rest those. And really they're only talking about, like, to us, two people, Dak and Ezekiel. But, you know, you got the whole offensive line that has been doing work this season, okay? Work. I mean, it's a wall. It's a literal wall. What you dream an offensive line to be, this is it. Okay? One of the best offenses we've seen in years. And they're not talking about resting any of these players. Not to us. It's primarily about Dak and Ezekiel. So don't rest them. I feel like if you do that, you're going to throw a kink into the spokes. It doesn't make sense to me to fix what isn't broken. The Tony situation, well, we'll see about that. I don't know if that's the best thing in the world to put Tony in right now. I think he should just be ready. Kind of like Jerry Jones said, just be ready to contribute where needed. Maybe there's a blowout game and he can play. I mean, that kind of seems a little emasculating for a player that's been the face of the team for 12 years. But, you know, everybody's trying to do what's best for the team, including Tony. So hopefully they don't, my point is they don't ruin what's happening right now. Just let everything play out. Let everything happen organically. If they need Tony, he'll be ready. And the longer time he takes off, the better it is for his body. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that time or rest is needed for primarily Ezekiel and Dak? Because that's what we are hearing about. Nothing really about the offensive line. Do you think that they should be resting a little bit more towards this time, the end of the season, to get ready for the playoffs? Or should they be business as usual and continue playing? Anyway, you can leave comments here on YouTube, KP Sports Chick, or you can find my website, kpthesportschick.com, where I am all over social media. You can find all those links there and the videos here as well. So check me out.